YouTube, what's going on? It's Rob with Spread Splash Fragrance Reviews. I am back with another video. Fall 2021 is upon us, and I'm suggesting fragrances once again for you guys. Stay tuned. First fragrance is a 2016 release from the House of Valentino. This is Valentino Uomo Intense. This is, to me, a nice remix of Dior Homme Intense. It's a little bit more aromatic. They added the leather to this one. Still has that makeup bag feel, but it's been tweaked. It's been modified. It's really nice. This is a really classy fragrance, and it could be a signature scent. Works great for fall, and it's one that I highly recommend. Again, from the House of Valentino, Valentino Uomo Intense. Second is a 2018 release from the House of Geranium. This is my favorite from the Ideal line. This is Elle Intense, or Elle Intense, as some people will say. This is Swiss Army knife fragrance, and one that's highly slept on. If you are unaware, this one used to come in an all black bottle. They've changed the bottle. It's got a black sticker, black top. Really well done fragrance. It's got a nice bright citrus opening. It's got a lot of spice. It's clean. It's got some earthiness to it. It's just a fragrance that works in a multitude of settings, and one that I think should get a whole lot more love in Fragcon, but it ultimately doesn't. And I just don't get why. Again, this is my favorite that I've got so far, and I've got 4 of the Ideal, releases. So can't recommend this one enough. From the House of Geranium, the Ideal line, this is Elle Intense. They say every man deserves an ovation, and this is Ovation from the House of Sean Crenshaw. This is a 1.7 bottle that can be had for $85. Black-owned company. Well done fragrance. This is a nice, powdery, aromatic, slightly woody, kind of smoky, with some tobacco, kind of on the ashy side fragrance. It's a really classy release, definitely signature scent worthy. Great for fall. I can't recommend this one enough. If you've never checked this one out, this is one you've got to get your nose on. It reminds me of Lalique Homme. It also reminds me of Homme Jane Man, but it's its own fragrance and it's slightly different, but it's in that ballpark of those two fragrances. Get your nose on it. I think you'll love it. Ovation by Sean Crenshaw. 2015 release from the House of Costume National. This is Soul. The nose on this is Dominique Ropion, and this fragrance, quite simply, is a sexy beast. Straight up and down, as I like to say. This has got leather, it's got sweetness and vanilla, it's got geranium, it's got like this slightly oily feel, it's got a little bit of smoke to it. Dark, sexy, mysterious fragrance. It's about $101. Fragrance by.ca. If you've never got your nose on it, I highly recommend it. If you're looking for some fragrance that's going to be interesting and that's going to make you stand out, this is a fragrance to do that. From the House of Costume National, Soul. From the House of Savoir Faire, Soul Cafe. This is a fragrance that's marketed to men, but I really feel like it's a unisex fragrance. Very, very sexy fragrance. It comes in a 50 ml, priced at $125. If you do a package deal, you can get 3 fragrances and it knocks the price down to $95 each. Great blood orange opening for this fragrance. It's got like a nice little floral component to it. It's got ambergris in it. It's got like a firewood note that's listed. It's got coffee. It's got tobacco, patchouli, musk. Just a really well done fragrance. It's artisan level, handmade, hand packaged. He does everything himself. Support. Check this house out. I think you'll be really satisfied with the quality of the product. Again, from the House of Savoir Faire, Soul Cafe. Here's another fragrance that I have to label as a sexy beast, and it's from the house of Jovoy. This is Diplomatique. Very, very masculine fragrance, extremely masculine. There's really no sweetness in this fragrance, even though it's listed as having an orange opening. This is vetiver, vetiver, and more vetiver. It's smoky, it's woody, it's got patchouli, it's got a little bit of nutmeg, but the sweetness, again, is very, very slight. This has that dark, alluring, mysterious feel to it, kind of like a leather jacket, black leather jacket, boots, jeans. It's kind of got that vibe to it. It smells incredible in the air. If you just put it to your nose, you might say, it's not a fragrance that's mass appealing. Let me put that out there right now. But it is one that I think when people smell it, they're drawn to it. They recognize that it sets you apart. It's different than what's out there right now as far as most mainstream fragrance releases. It's one worth checking out. If you can get a sample, get a sample. Again, from the house of Jovoy, Diplomatique. 2016 release from the house of Miyake. This is Noir Ambre or Noir Amber. This is one that's really hard to track down. Whenever it comes into stock, it sells out that same day, no matter what store you're talking about. So if you ever see it come into stock, grab it. It won't be there long. Pretty simple, linear fragrance in my opinion. It's, for the most part, it's amber, it's leather, and it's smoke. It's got other notes. It's got saffron and some other things going on, but that's pretty much what I get from the fragrance. Doesn't transition or do any of that stuff. It's, again, pretty linear, but it smells amazing, performs amazing, and it's dark, it's mysterious, got a really cool vibe to it. If you've never checked this one out, you gotta get your nose on it. Noir Ambre from the house of Miyake. From the house of BDK, this is Wood and Jasmine, 2016 release. A little bit more expensive, it's gonna cost you around $215. Incredible boozy opening. The opening is incredible. Now it only lasts for about 3 minutes, but that boozy opening is incredible. Then it transitions into a nice plum note, okay? Nice plum, a little bit of jasmine in the background. Jasmine in the beginning is a little skanky, just a little bit, but it only sits like that for about 5 minutes, and then it kind of dissipates into the background, and then you get like a little hint of jasmine, but that skanky note kind of goes away. Then it turns into this woody feel, and it's woods, plum, and a little bit of incensey smoke in the background. And it's kind of like that for the remainder of the fragrance, but it just like, just kind of smooths out as you get closer and closer to the far dry down. But performs really good, really well done fragrance. I really enjoy it. And my son, believe it or not, who's only 17, really likes the fragrance also. He's proven to have really good taste. I'm kind of happy about that. He doesn't really like all the sweet bubblegummy stuff. He likes a lot of the fragrances that are darker with character. But anyway, this is a really nice fragrance, and I highly recommend it. If you've never smelled it, try to get a sample. It's a little bit more pricey, so you don't want to blind buy it, but it's a nice fragrance. From the house of BDK, Wood Jasmine. Last fragrance is a fragrance from the house of Carner. It's a 2010 release. It's D600. You can get this fragrance for about 121 bucks, 50 mil. Now let me say this. This fragrance has got one of the, I don't want to say strangest, but most unique transitions that I've smelled. Fragrance kind of starts off very milky smelling in the beginning. It's almost got like a lactonic type feel to it, very milky. Then it transitions into this really clean, slightly powdery, middle, I guess you would say, heart. And then it goes into the dry down, and in the dry down it turns into this very spicy, woody dry down. So that's not the typical transition you get, but it's good all the way through. Some people want to compare this fragrance to Dior Homme Intense, but it's nothing like it in my opinion. It's totally unique, and it's definitely one to check out, and I'm really surprised more people in Fragcom don't talk about it. It's a little older, 2010 release, but it's very, very current. It's a timeless fragrance. It's not dated at all. Give it a smell, get a sample if you can, and check it out. D600 from the house of Carner. Those are my fragrances, guys. I thank you so much for coming back and checking out the channel. Please give me a thumbs up, Subscribe if you've never subscribed, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.